So we continue chapter number 4. Right, it's all the health advices, and we're up to Halachah number 17. And last time we discussed the laws of bathing. Right. Okay. So next one is 17. When one leaves the bath, he should dress and cover his head in the outer room of the bathhouse, so that he not catch a chill. He should take this precaution even in summer. After leaving the baths, he should wait until he regain his composure and warmth from the bath has receded, and then eat. A nap after bath before eating is very beneficial. One should not drink cold water or leaving the baths, and it goes without saying that he should not drink while bathing. If he should be thirsty upon leaving the bath and cannot refrain, he should mix the water with wine or honey and drink. It is beneficial for one to rub himself with oil at the baths during the winter, after he has rinsed off. Okay, so let's do from the beginning. There are a few short commentaries and try to understand. Okay, I'll try to elaborate. When one leaves the bath, he should dress and cover his head in outer rooms of the bathhouse. So what was the outer room? So in olden days, the bathhouses were composed of 3 rooms. One is a reception where they give money, right? Where they wait for somebody for wait their turn or something, and then a second room. Second room is when they leave their clothing, and then inner room when actually bathing. Okay, so again, when one leaves the bath, he should dress and cover his head in outer room of the bathhouse, meaning in a second room, in this middle room, so he not catch chill, right? And he said even in the summer. So it's very important to dress, even though you're hot from the bath, from the shower, like dress completely, right, and cover your head. I mean, in this case, in older days, because a person is going to go outside, right? So even outside, it could be windy, he can't catch a chill, right? As Rambam said before, all of the diseases come from HaShem, except 2, right? What a person catches from the because he over chilled, right? Or it's or from overheating, right? So okay, so that's one of the cases. Okay, after leaving the bath, he should wait until he regains his composure and the warmth from the bathing has receded, and then eat. Right. So on one hand, we said that before eating, a person has to raise his body temperature somewhat, do some exercise, right? So walk a little, right, to raise his body temperature on the one hand. But on the other hand, from the bath, especially this bath, it's more like sauna or something, with a lot of hot water, right? So a person would be overheated. So meaning chill down a little, and then you can eat. Okay. The nap after bath before eating is very beneficial. I mean, if you can afford, I guess, to take a little nap, but yeah. So I mean, if a person plans it correctly or something, right? So yeah, you can have a little nap. Okay. One should not drink cold water on leaving the baths, right? And it's actually, I know in many cultures that's what they do. They actually, some culture, they drink beer, cold beer, right? When they go out of the bath, out from sauna, right? They drink beer. That's not good. Not good. Okay. Commentary. From Talmud Shabbos 41a, it appears that one should drink hot water after leaving the bath. However, there is no indication of such an intent of Rambam's wording. So he said, don't drink cold beverages, but Shabbos it says drink something hot water. hot water. Not something like not hot tea, but hot water. Okay. Right, and it goes without saying, it should not drink while bathing. Okay. So not drink while bathing. Okay, I'm not sure who would drink while bathing. Okay, so but we got it. If he should be thirsty upon leaving the bath, and cannot refrain, he should mix water with wine or honey and drink. So why is that? Right. So right, if he wants to drink, so I guess a person always can drink water from like a room temperature. But why do you need to mix wine and honey? Okay, so comment 35. Okay, our translation follows printed text on Mishnah Torah. However, according to some manuscripts, this refers to drinking within the bath. Okay, technicality. Okay, no, never mind. Continue. Okay. So why is honey? Honey is sugar. I'm not sure. Wine. I mean, person is overheated, and if he is going to drink wine, I'm not sure. What is the benefit? Not sure. It is benefit for one to rub oneself with oil at the bath during the winter, which is after he has rinsed off. Okay, so that's what people usually do, used to do. They use a lot of olive oil, right, to rub themselves to improve the skin, I guess, right, especially in the winter when sometimes the skin cracks and it's very painful. Right, so it's very beneficial. Okay, so number 18. One should not accustom himself to constant bloodletting. He should not be bled unless there is an extreme necessity. He should not be bled in a summer or winter, but slightly in Nisan and slightly in Tishrei. We're going to see why. After the age of 50, he should not be bled at all. He should not be bled and go to the bath at the same day, or leave on a journey after being bled. Nor should he be bled on a day which he returns from a trip. He should eat less than usual on a day of bloodletting. He should rest on that day, not exert himself, nor exercise, nor stroll. Okay, so so let's see, how does it apply today? Some people like to donate blood. Be a little hero or a big hero. Okay, so let's see. From the beginning, try to explain. One should not accustom himself with a constant bloodletting. And as we said before, I think in introduction, it was very popular in the time of Talmud. Right? The sages believed that at that time, maybe because of the nature of the people was different, but actually people would go through this procedure bloodletting pretty often. So Rambam here said not good this bloodletting. Okay, he should not be bled unless there is extreme necessity. So extreme necessity may be high blood pressure or some specific reasons why a person would need bloodletting. Right, and as we said before, to allow to blood regenerate. Right, so it would be it was believed that it's actually benefit the body. He should not be bled in a summer or winter. So meaning when it's too hot or it's too cold, right? But slightly in Nisan and slightly in Tishrei. So in Nisan and Tishrei, it's usually the way I understand that the weather is mild, right? More tolerable, right? It's much easier to tolerate. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. So it's cold and you don't have enough blood, right? That's a big problem. And when it's hot and you have too much, right, and still you don't have blood, also a problem, right? Because of stress on the body. 36. There is in a spring and fall when temperature is moderate. Exactly. That's what it is. Nisan is a springtime, which is pleasant, right? And that is why it's very interesting. Right? That's one of the explanations why we don't have sukkahs in Nisan. So our sages explain in Gemara. So they ask a question, very good question, very logical question. say why do we celebrate Sukkot in Tishrei? I mean, now it would be logical to do it when we actually left out of the Egypt, I mean in Nisan, and we stayed in the desert, and it says we journeyed from Ramses to Sukkot, and Hashem created a Sukkot, whatever it means. Some sages said 7 clouds, like 6 from all of the directions, 4 directions of the world, up and down, and 7th cloud was leading us. Some sages say it's actually literally is Sukkot, like huts from wooden huts, right? I mean, but still, whatever opinion you follow, it was still in Nisan. Everybody agreed it was in Nisan. It was not in Tishrei. So they say because in Nisan the weather is so pleasurable, so people, all of this people who worked in the fields, they would sleep there, right? So in order not to return home every day, they would build and have huts, right? Little huts by the field, right? They would protect the fields and enjoy the weather. So and it would not be obvious that it is done for a mitzvah. Maybe it's done for the pleasure, but in a Tishrei, when it starts raining, when it's windy, right, and for sure it's not pleasurable. I mean, this year Hashem bless us, it's very, very pleasurable. So we build up our sukkah 2 days before the Yom Tov, right? 2 days, and it was such a strong wind, like probably from hurricane, I don't know, from somewhere, it's almost broke down our sukkah in pieces. So under this wind, like we had to run out and we have to disassemble it. And unless we disassemble, right, it would be like we would not have sukkah. It was so strong. All right, so and then the next day we assemble back, but otherwise, like, it's very, very pleasant weather, right? But it's exception. Last year it was raining, it was very cold, right? It's very, like, few nights it's very cold. So meaning if a person comes and eats in the sukkah and sleeps in the sukkah, for sure he's not doing for because it's pleasurable, but because Hashem said so. So now, like, it's clearly I'm doing this because Hashem said so. We have these neighbors, non-Jewish, so they, I mean, you know, it's all neighbors. I don't know, when they move out, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, 5, I don't know, like some years ago. So they used to have a party, all of the guests, all of the barbecue on their porch. So, and we have porches like attached almost, right? And when they would bring all of the furniture, everything, like, inside, so we will take our sukkah out. They say, you Jews, like, and then they would not say, you guys, like, out of season, like, everybody goes in and we will go out. It's not normal. Like, I said, exactly, it's opposite, right? We're not doing it because of the pleasure, because we're going to have guests and drink whatever you drink. Of course, I did not say that, but because Hashem said so, right? So that's Nisan in Tishrei. Okay. Continue. After the age of 50, he should not be bled at all. So after the age of 50, so like, of course, the most of the life is over, so the health is start deteriorating fast, unfortunately, right? Not be bled at all, right? He should not be bled and go to the bath in the same day. So now I think it's in general. It's in general. So because a person is weak when he's bled, and now he's going to bath and it's too hot, he can lose his consciousness there, right? So that's not allowed. Or live on a journey after being bled. So as we said before a few times, living on journeys, so in olden times, most of the journey was walking, right? Or maybe or even leading the animals. Still it's still very strenuous. Okay. Nor should he be bled on a day which returns from a trip, right? And even today, like when you were flying like nine hours, 10 hours, like, what did you do? You're sitting in a chair, reading books, being fed. Like, what exactly you do? But from plane, you get out of the plane, you're so broken, the whole body is so broken, like you're so tired. From what? Right? So needless to say, when the people were traveling like actively, for sure they were very tired. Okay. Continue. He should not should eat less than usual on the day of bloodletting. Right. Okay. I'm not sure why he should eat less. There's no explanation. He should rest on that day, right, and not exert himself or nor exercise nor stroll. Okay, so meaning don't be a hero. So some people, like I remember in my office, somebody have the surgery, and then the next day the guy came to the office, like why would you come? Like you should be rested, maybe in the hospital, in the house. No, he said I have to do this and I have to do that, and he's so responsible. And guess what? His stitches starts coming out like. Right, they had to rush him to a hospital. Like crazy people. So you know that you have a surgery. You know that you had the bloodletting done. So go rest. Okay, so it's very applicable to us. Don't try to be a hero. 27. The case of Mishnah and others have noted that the Talmud advises concerning bloodletting differs from on a certain point. Okay, see Shabbos 129a and b. So Rambam was much later after the Talmud time. So the Talmudic time is, and as we said, it was that the many medical knowledge and not only knowledge practice was very different. And what worked there does not mean that it's going to work for other people. And plus, the land is different. The land is different because, as we know, did we say it or not say? Probably not. It's from upcoming parasha, Bereshis. I apologize. From Noach, right? So also upcoming parasha Noach. So our sages said that it is forbidden to eat the earth from Babel, and it's like eating earth from Babel, like you normal. Why would somebody eat the earth, right? And they say no. It was a very common belief from among the non-Jews for sure, and the way I understand maybe among some Jews as well, because why would the sages forbid people to eat the earth, right? Because they said this. I don't remember what is the name of this plane. This plane in Babel, right? In Iraq. Today is Iraq. So it's a very low lying land, meaning that all of the animals, all of the insects, all of these creatures, right? After they were drowned during the flood, so they flew, right? Floated like under the water, and ended up in the lowest land, right? Lowest point, which is where in that place, and that's why some people say so. After so many years, of course, it's decomposed, of course, but because of this the decomposition, so this land is very rich with minerals, and it's very healthy. Logically, if you it sounds like makes sense, but our sages say that's not true. Of course, there is no whole insect, even if it's that. It's after so many years, but they say there is no benefit to eat the earth. But among non-Jews was very popular. Okay. So right. So of course and it's also discussed in the Talmud. Okay. On this basis, he concluded that advice given by Rambam in this chapter was fitting to the condition of his time and place. Hence, it need not be consistent with the Talmudic sources. Exactly, right? So, as we said, in Talmudic times, it's one thing, and it's one place. Rambam lived in different place, different times, so medical advice was different. Because, as I said, they were very pro bloodletting. and it was a very respectable profession. Okay, 27. Okay, so let's next one is 19. Okay, and it says semen is strength of the body, its life force, and the light of the eyes. The more frequent the emission of sperm, the greater is damage to the body, to its strength, and a greater loss to one's lifespan. This was implied by Shlomo HaMelech in his wisdom, when he says in Mishlei 31:3, "Do not give your strength to women. Whoever is steeped in sexual relations, old age springs upon him before the time. His strength is depleted, his eyes become dim, a foul odor emanates from his mouth and his armpits, and the hair of his head, his eyebrows and eyelashes fall out. The hair of his beard, armpits, and legs grow in abundance. His teeth fall out, and he suffers many pains beyond this. The wise of the doctors have said 1,000 dies from other illness, and 1/1,000 dies from other illness, and 1,000 from excessive intercourse." So that's that's our source, right? Okay, of course we're going to explain. Okay. Therefore, a person must take care in this matter if he wishes to live in a good health. Right, in a good health. So people say, "No, I cannot hold." It's very actually they teach us today. They teach them, not us. They teach them today. It's that's a person to be healthy. They have to waste their seed. Right. Exactly the opposite. He should not engage in intercourse except when the body is healthy and particularly strong. When he has many involuntary erections, the erection is still present. When he makes an effort to think of something else, he finds heaviness from his loins and below. The tendons of his testicles seem to be stretching, seem to be stretched, and his flesh is warm. Such a person needs to engage in intercourse, and it is medically advisable. I think that's it, but let me see. No, not it. He should not engage in intercourse in a full or empty stomach, but after food has been digested, right? As we're going to explain. Or is it digested? He should examine himself to see if he needs to move his bowels before and after intercourse. He should not engage in intercourse while standing or sitting, nor in a bathhouse, nor on a day on which he goes to the bathhouse, nor on a day on which he lets blood, nor on a day he departs on a journey, or arrive from a journey, nor on a day before or afterwards. Okay. So a lot of information. So let's do from the beginning. There are a few commentaries, and we're going to explain. So again, it's if you see this halakha, it's totally opposite with what society teach people today. Like exactly opposite. Semen is the strength of the body. Its life force, and the light of the eyes. Right? Okay. The more frequent the emission of the sperm, the greater is the damage to the body, and so the more person is involved in the intercourse, or like wasting seed, the more damage to the body, and you can see like when you look at the person, and if you know these signs, so you don't have to be big genius, but if you notice these signs, so you'll see like younger people, and you see like they look 10 years older than they are. Right, and they don't look very, very healthy. And you see the eyes, like how the person is moving the body, but you see that unfortunately he's wasting seed or being promiscuous. One of the two. Okay. Okay. So again, this sentence: the more frequent the emission of the sperm, the greater is damage to the body, to its strengths and a greater loss to one's lifespan. Meaning, all of these people all of the promiscuous people, they live very short life. Right? And like after 50, they almost dead, almost. Right? This was implied by Shlomo in his wisdom, in Mishle 31:3. Do not give your strength to women. Right, because there is no problem with the women. Women, it does not affect women. Well, let's put it this way. I mean, in a bad sense. Right. So continue. Whoever is steeped in sexual relations, old age springs upon him before its time. Meaning, as I said, it's very clear. I mean, of course, I could be wrong, but most of the time not, unfortunately. I mean, because Rambam is very clear how he discussed the science. Okay, his strength is depleted, right? So depleted. His eyes become dim, and you see look at the eyes, very dim, right? The full odor emanates from his mouth and his armpits. So maybe everybody's sweats, especially men. Men sweat more than women. I mean, in general. But some these people, they take shower, right? They come out of the shower like a few hours later. They smell like terrible. You cannot stand next to them, right? Armpits. The hair of his head and his eyebrows. And eyelashes fall out. Ashes fall out. Eyelashes fall out. Okay. The hair of his beard and armpits, with the legs grown in abundance. And you see today many people. I'm talking non-Jews, right? The fashion. So they have like huge beard and completely bald. Right? I mean they share bald, but they see they're bald. It's very interesting. Right? It's not for nothing. Like huge beard, like a very bushy beard, but on the head nothing. Right, one second, beards. Very bushy beards, armpits, and as to remind us, when a man is not allowed to trim the hair in the under armpits. The legs, right, so the hair of the beard, armpits, and the legs grows in abundance, right? His teeth fall out, and he suffer many pains beyond this, right? So his teeth and other organs not working so well. You understand? So, and bad smell many times comes because of the bad teeth and bad gums. So I mean, of course, I'm not sure what a connection, but scientifically, but there is clear connection. Okay, the wise of the doctors have said one of the 1,000 dies from the other illness, and 1,000 done from excessive intercourse. So it's intercourse or wasting seed, right? So it's not like for everything you have to pay price, right? For all of the pleasures, like physical pleasures, they come with a ticket. They come with a price. So of course, when we do according to Halachah, as HaShem said in His Torah, right? Of course, He's going to protect us. But when person does over what it says in Halachah, right? Is it forbidden? No, it's not forbidden. Is it recommended? Absolutely not. Why? Because of these consequences. Therefore, a person must take care in this matter if he wishes to live in good health, right? So, meaning, person have to be very mindful, right? If of course, if he wants to live in good health, but of course, when people are young, they don't think they ever going to get to this point, right? Or they ever going to get old, right? So it's not so easy to talk to them unless one of these signs hit them hard. Then they're willing to listen. Okay. So next one. Continue. He should not engage in intercourse except when the body is healthy and particularly strong. So meaning when a person is sick a little, so don't do that. right? Because it takes a lot of energy from the body, like when the commentaries say in chapter 3 halacha 2 and 3 and chapter 5 halachas 4 and 5, Rambam looks at the other dimension of intimate relations. See Hilchos De'os chapter 14 halachas 1-3, which discusses the intimate aspect of a marriage relations. Okay, that's a different story. That's not in this book. It's Hilchos De'os, totally different book. Okay, so again the whole sentence. One should not engage in intercourse except when the body healthy and particularly strong. We said that. When he has many involuntary erection, an erection is still present, even when he makes an effort to think about something else, right? Or like how should you say, like Rambam said in another place, like pitch himself, right? Like, or maybe some like invoke some other pain, right? So it usually helps to quiet down the erection. He finds heaviness from the loins and below, right? And tendons of his testicles seems to be stretched, and his flesh is warm. So now, like he cannot hold it back any longer. So, like right, such a person needs to engage in intercourse, and it's medically advisable. But of course, our sages say don't put yourself in this condition. Like especially if a person is not married, or married and woman, his wife is not. She's not available. She's nida. Like yeah, we have to be very careful. Or she's sick, or she's I don't know. So there's some other obstacles, right? Okay, so see Hilchos. Commentary say. See Hilchos De'os 18 chapters 19 to 21, which discuss the prohibition against emitting the seed for no purpose. Zera levatala. Okay, so that's a different book. 1 second. Continue. He should not engage in intercourse on a full or empty stomach, but after the food had been digested. This point also explicitly mentioned chapter 5 halacha 4, meaning it's the next chapter. So digested meaning, as we said, it's like maybe a few hours, right after, at least more than an hour. So only then the food more or less digested. Depends on how much food and what kind of food, of course. Right, or empty stomach. Also, like it's too much stress on the whole system when person is hungry, right? So meaning a person is weak to begin with, and now to give out the strength, it's not good. Continue. He should examine himself to see the needs to move his bowels before or and after intercourse. So now, right, as we said, especially in olden days when the bathrooms were not in the house, like somewhere outside. So a person might be very lazy to go, right, because he's already in the mood, right, or afterwards he's very like tired, and now like because of tiredness he may hold himself back, and it's a problem, as we said in the previous chapter. No, it's in this chapter in the beginning. So it's forbidden to hold oneself back. So that's why they say before engaging in relations, so you have to go and check yourself. Maybe you need to go to the bathroom, move your bowels. He should not engage in intercourse while standing or sitting. So again, because it's very strenuous, it's not proper way. So we're not animals. Nor in a bathhouse, nor on a day on which he goes to the bathhouse, right? Because it's too much stress to the body, as we said. Nor on a day. So I mean, our quick shower, it's not the baths, right? So especially when a person takes shower with warm water, so it's not such a big deal. So, but when we're talking the bath, I mean it would be like very hot water. Nor on a day which he lets blood, of course, needless to say, because he's weak. Nor on a day he departs on a journey. meaning that this action is going to weaken him, and he's going to be like the journey is going to kill him, right? Nor on a day before, on a day before or afterwards, right? So meaning give the body like a few days to rest. Commentary. The disparity between some of these points mentioned in this halacha and those hilchas issued has been noted by the rabbis. See the commentaries of Tur and Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim 240. Even Chaezer note also remarks in the introduction. Okay, so that's very interesting. 1 second, let me quickly check what time. How much time we have? Okay, so let's continue. Another halacha, number 20, and it says, "Whoever conducts himself in a ways which we have drawn up, will guarantee it that he will not become ill throughout his life." That's the halacha that I mentioned several times before. I remember when I first read it. Wow, Rambam said, "I guarantee," until he reaches advanced age and dies. So meaning just because somebody is elderly and just because he or she is weak and fragile does not mean that they're sick, right? It's two separate things. So to be weak from the illness, person can be in 15 years old or 17 years old could be weak from illness, but it's not normal. But for an elderly person to be weak, there is no problem. But does not mean that he's sick. Nor he will not need a doctor. His body will remain intact and healthy throughout his life. The commentaries. One may rely on this guarantee unless his body was impaired from the birth. Right? That's a different story. He was accustomed to one of the harmful habits from birth. Should there be a plague or a drought in the world? So I mean, in some exception, but if person, Rambam may say, if you're going to follow my advice, and it's like you see, there is no money involved, like big expenditure, like in this advice. It's everything pretty simple. Just have to change our schedule around a little, right? Maybe stop eating some things, stop doing some things, but otherwise, it's very, very straightforward, very simple. The way I see it. I mean, me personally, I have not seen anything like drastic, like the person will say, "How can I do it?" Okay, so again, this halacha in some commentaries, and it says, whoever conduct himself in these ways, right? In the case of intercourse, in the case of eating habits, in the case of sleeping habits, right? And in the way which we have drawn up, I will guarantee that he will not become ill throughout his life. So I mean, people get like sick from here and there, but generally, a person is going to be healthy. Okay. Until he reaches advanced age and dies. So meaning, this person is going to be healthy until he dies, right? That dies from the age. Okay. Not because of some special disease, and he will not need a doctor. Okay. His body will remain intact and healthy throughout his life. Again, his body will remain intact and healthy throughout his life, which is an amazing blessing. Okay, so again, deterioration with age is not an illness. It's not a problem. 42. Here, Rambam emphasizes again how the program he outlined is a regimen for health and not a treatment of the disease. Right? Again, as we said in introduction, so like it's for a healthy person. Rambam said, if somebody is sick, go to a doctor. But if person is healthy, more or less healthy, right, they have to follow this procedure. But if somebody is sick and doctor told them like do up like something different, like eat some different food from Rambam said it's not good. So yeah, I have to listen to the doctor, right? Because of special condition. Okay, not treatment disease. So again, it's for a healthy person to keep to maintain the health and not treating disease. We see how, contrary to the certain trends in the medical thinking, he puts an emphasis not on healing illness, but rather to prevent it from ever occurring. Right. So today, this, it's very interesting sentence. We see, on contrary to certain trends in the medical thinking, right? Medical thinking is how to make money. And how do we make money? Diagnose somebody with the disease and try to cure it. And that's to tell a person that he has a problem and try to fix it. Right? But Rambam's viewpoint is how to prevent become sick. Okay. Becoming sick. 1 second. It was number 42. One may rely on this guarantee, right? Unless his body is impaired from the birth. So if from the birth, it's not much you can do. So, but just maintain, and even some internal illnesses today, and psychiatric illnesses, so you can control with the pills, right? So, many people live more or less normal life. They just have to take these pills. He should accustom from birth. It was from a birth, or he was accustomed to one of the harmful habits before he read what Rambam said, right? From birth, meaning the damage is done, or should be plague or a drought in the world. So it's not like he's going to be extra extra boost of his immune system. No, just normal person. So if a plague in the world, of course, it's going to. It's possible that it's going to touch this person, or drought in the world. Okay. So if a person does not have food, of course, it's not going to make him healthy. So let's do one more. 21. All of these beneficial habits, which we have stated, apply only to a healthy man. In contrast, a sick person, one who has an organ which is not healthy, or one who has followed a harmful way in life for many years, each of these must choose different patterns of behavior in accordance with his particular illness, as it is explained in the medical literature. Any change from the conduct which normally follows is beginning of the sickness. That's amazing sentence. So let's do from the beginning. We're going to explain. All of these beneficial habits, which you have stated, apply only to a healthy man. Okay, only to a healthy. Okay, so happy are people who read it early enough in life. They can adapt it. Right. In a contrast, a sick person, one who has one organ which is not healthy, whatever organ is it. So meaning person has to take extra measures because this organ is not working, and not working, not healthy, or one who followed harmful ways, way of life for many years, meaning and damaged himself. So it's not from birth, but from the habits. Each of these must choose different patterns of behavior in accordance with a particular illness. So meaning whatever doctors say, whatever current procedures in the world is, so we have to follow them, as explained in medical literature. Okay, so let's see medical literature. To cite a parallel, in chapter 2, Rambam explains that a person with character disorders should not follow the same course of behavior as a person with balanced personality. Rather, he should seek the advice of the expert, who will direct him on how to correct the individual faults. I think that's amazing, amazing parallel, right? So in chapter 1, I think we were talking about a person who is more or less sound, and just need to change some character traits. But in chapter 2, we were talking about a person completely sick, mentally sick, right? Psychologically sick, right? So now he needs this going in the middle path is not going to help him, right? Because it's only a matter of time he's going to veer off that path. So for a sick person, spiritually, we said that he has to go to extreme, to the opposite extreme, whatever his problem is. And same is here in a physical sense, like a regular approach of healthy, like spiritual healthy person is not going to help this person, right? So and same with the physically sick people, they have to do something different. Any change from the conduct which are normally followed is beginning of sickness. So a person decided that he's going to drink beer every night. Whoa, what's the problem? Or I don't know, smoke, or I don't know, like drink vodka, or I don't know, whatever. Do some crazy things like jump from bungee jumping, all these crazy things, right? So it's, of course, it's not healthy. Right, and it's only a matter of time when the person is going to get sick. Okay. So next one is 22. So I know this guy, they say no, nobody dies from bungee jumping. Okay, maybe they're not dying, but for sure that it's not good for their body, right? So like such a stress, like it's for sure it's not the back problems. All of them have back problems, like even in a young age. I'm not sure how it's not obvious, right? The guy is I'm not sure 21, 23, I don't know, like a very young person, and he said no, there is no problem. I said it is a problem. Just because people don't die, that does not mean there is no like side effects. So that's 21, 23 years old, so he has a problem with the back. Right. Okay. Okay. So continue. The next halacha: where there is no doctors available, neither the healthy nor sick man should budge from all direction given in this chapter. For each of them is ultimately brings to a beneficial results. Okay, and in some place I think it says that Rambam said it's not allowed for a person to live in a place when there is no doctor. Like, why you put yourself in danger? So like the doctor would diagnose like a simple, give you some medicine or like prescribe some procedure, and that's it. You like you don't have to die, right? But if the person put himself right in a situation when there is no doctor, that's problem, big problem. Okay. So again, from the beginning, let me see the commentary. When there is no doctor available, commentary, the Rambam has indicated the importance of living near the doctor. Here we go in the following halachah. In the following halachah, and in his medical writings. See, for example, a regimen of health 2. Thus, the halachas surely described an undesirable state. So meaning, right? So meaning the person already in a place when there is no doctor. I don't know. Maybe he's in the military. I mean, no, the doctors in the military. I don't know. In some place no doctors. Okay. Neither of them. Okay. So where there is no doctors available, neither the healthy nor sick man should budge from the direction, even in this chapter. So a sick man, I mean, don't follow his old ways. At least if he is going to follow the ways of like a regular healthy person, is going to help him. Right? For each of them, ultimately brings to the beneficial result. And commentators say there is. Though sick person should ideally have a personalized program, right? So I mean, as we said, not to follow the regular program for healthy people. If that is unavailable, he should follow these general rules, for they ultimately bring about the state of health. Like, of course, not. I mean, of course, it's proper to live in a place with the doctors, but after the fact, just follow the general rules. Time. Okay, so I think we can stop here. Actually, no. Let's not stop here. Let's do one more because it's the last halachah of this chapter. And it says, the Torah sage is not permitted to live in a community which does not have a following. Right, so that's very interesting. Right, following: a doctor, a bloodletter, a bathhouse, a latrine, available source of water, such as a river or a spring, a synagogue, a teacher of children, a scribe, a charity supervisor, a rabbinical court, empowered to impose corporal punishment and jail sentence. I think we learn it in maybe Hilchos Sanhedrin, I think. Maybe I'm mistaken. So all together these people, so of course the different profession, 100 people. Right, I think. So minimum 100 people. Right, then it's a town where you're allowed to reside. Right? At least for for a Torah sage, as he said. But I think it should be applied to everybody. Right, so court to impose corporal punishment is 23 judges. Okay, and plus all the other people. Okay, so let's see from the beginning. A Torah sage commentary. The expression is quoted directly from Sanhedrin 17b. Exactly. The source of this halachah. Rav David Aramiach explained that though it is wise for every person to follow this advice, the obligation is only incumbent on a Torah sage. Okay, so on Torah sage is obligatory, for other people is advisable to follow, right? Okay. Right. I mean, if Torah is say something to the Torah sage for his benefit, and we know that HaShem treasures them, so we should follow this advice as well, of course. Again, the Torah sage is not permitted to live in a community which does not have the following commentary. The commentators note that the order in Sanhedrin 17b differs from that found in our Halachah. Very interesting. Here, in keeping with the subject at hand, Rambam has chosen to list those items which touch upon health first. Okay, right. First health, and then other social things. However, also the note in Yerushalayim Talmud, Kiddushim 4:12, which though it mentioned a smaller list of necessary function, mentioned doctors first. Okay. So I mean, when discussion of the health, right? So he said doctors, so he changed the order. Doctors, and next one is bloodletter. Of course, we said don't go to let blood, but sometimes you need to let blood, right? So this person must be available. So it says, commentary says, Hilchos Sanhedrin 1:10, Rambam mentioned the minimal amount of the people required to make the population of the city, requiring the court of 23. Here we go. Court of 23 judges. Okay, 23 judges. There he counts the doctor and bloodletter as one individual. Okay. However, there is no contradiction between the two. So bloodletter, I mean, it's a medical procedure. The bloodletter is a medical procedure. But in many instances, that these people were not doctors. That's some of them were hair cutters, right, bath attendants. So, but not doctors. Okay. Hilchos Sanhedrin. In Hilchos Sanhedrin, he's coupling people, and the doctor and bloodletter can be one and the same. Okay. Here he's counting function and not heads, and the doctor and bloodletter can perform different functions. Okay. Okay, so no problem. Okay, so continue. Okay, so again, doctors, bloodletter, a bathhouse, right? Right, a bathhouse, I mean, like a commercial one. So if you're going to try to warm water in your house, it's going to take very long time, and it's not suitable, right? Latrine meaning restroom. Available source of water, meaning fresh water, such a river or a spring. Commentary. It's very interesting. The passage in Sanhedrin does not mention the spring. No problem. But the spring, we understand it's very important. A synagogue. So without synagogue, don't go there. A teacher of children, right? Meaning who while you're working, who is going to teach you children. Number 15. Note in Hilchos Talmud Torah 2:1, which said that the world is only maintained in virtue of the merit of the young children studying Torah. Right, so meaning if there is no young children studying Torah, so the world can stop existing. According this city, a city which does not hire a person to teach the children may be excommunicated and even destroyed. And I think I had this clip, I think, or at least I marked it somewhere. I'm not sure probably from Hilchos Talmud Torah. So a city that does not have Talmud Torah, like yeshiva for kids, right? It deserves destruction. Maybe they're all nice people, maybe, but they still deserve destruction. I think a long time we did this clip, long time ago. I think that the title was the city that deserves destruction. Teacher for young children, a scribe. A scribe. You need a scribe to write all the documents, right? A charity supervisor, right? Somebody need to be in charge to feed, to take care of poor people, right? To distribute the money and pay teacher also from the community funds. Pay a rabbi for community funds, right? A rabbinical court that empowered to impose corporal punishment and jail sentence. So this one is tough. And I'm going to explain what tough means, because all of this 23, I'm not sure if all of them, but at least I'm not sure how many. I think all of them. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. They must have a smicha from Israel, from the chain of Moshe Rabbeinu, right? An unbroken chain from Moshe Rabbeinu. So today, in a Rambam's time, we would not have it already. But by then we did not have. But still, the Halachah is the same. So meaning very, very special and qualified people. Okay. All right, so let's stop here.